Hey, collective, welcome in. Welcome in. I pray this message finds you. Okay, second time's a charm. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for everyone else to find, as these are timeless collective messages, so put it where it fits. My name is Julia Rose. I'm a psychic medium and Kundalini Reiki master teacher, and I'm excited to be channeling messages from Archangel Raphael for you today. We always start my live streams with a little bit of Reiki, so let us get into an energy activation. Lisa, welcome in. This also gives everyone who's meant to be on the live time to arrive. So if you are open to receiving this energy activation, we're going to tune in with 444. 444 is going to be our angel number to meditate with and bring through Reiki with. If you're open to receiving this energy activation, please go ahead and type 444. If you're open to receive. Welcome in. If you're open to receiving this energy activation, we're tuning in with angel number 444. That's your way of giving me consent to perform energy work on your behalf. We're tuning in with 444. All right. So we're going to get into today's messages. This was very spontaneous. I was told a few hours ago that I was going to be going live, and so I've just been waiting for the other breadcrumbs of downloads to come as they do. And so I'm not sure if right now Archangel Raphael will directly come through to speak, or if he just would rather me pull cards and dive into the energy with you, but there's always that possibility. So, again, I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest for everyone else. So, we're going to be talking about the current energetic atmosphere on Earth, starting with the X class solar flare that took place a few hours ago. It might have been this afternoon. I don't know the exact time off the top of my head. I just know that roughly 5 hours ago, no, it was probably 5.5, 6 hours ago, I could feel this onset of this energy. And I was like, I'm just standing here like, okay, something's going to happen, something's approaching. And it ended up later coming into my awareness that it was a solar flare. And this energy has been hitting pretty intensely. So some of you might have felt like you needed to slow down the things that you were trying to accomplish this evening. At least it's evening my time in Pennsylvania, that you had needed to just kind of slow down, press the brakes on something, and return to that in a different frame of mind. And Archangel Raphael would like me to bring through the message again about why these solar flares take place. It's not just for your energy ascension codes, although that is a very important aspect of why the sun is made to release massive amounts of light frequencies. This is specifically, specifically in addition to helping you activate and integrate new information by embodying more light. And what was Archangel Michael saying yesterday on the Saturday morning live stream? That you're being prepared to hold new energy, to hold more energy and channel more energy. And so not even a full day later, a full 2 days later, we're already seeing this energy come into play. So as much as these X class solar flares, really the M class or X class solar flares, they're coming through in order to restabilize the Earth's grid as a response to the the waves of panic, depression, and hopelessness. Frequencies of light are quite literally the opposite of those energies. So when we see massive amounts of light coming in, it's signaling the state of the collective consciousness in two forms. One, the collective is ready for ascension, but also two, Gaia is needing help with more light codes than are currently present. So why is this so important for you to know right now? In this energy, you're going to be needing to allow yourself the opportunity to be more present. Some of you could be getting back into meditation practices. Some of you could be picking up yoga again, or feeling called to journal or spend more time just being mindful, just being present. This is your instinctual knowing bringing you back into the collective awareness that your presence is a very powerful force. Your presence, your conscious awareness impacts more lives than just your own. And to take that a step further, your spiritual practices are for more than just you alone. That's what it means to be a light worker here. Welcome in, Sean. This is Specifically, a message for you today about understanding the importance of how your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual regulation practices directly affect the Earth's consciousness. You are not separate from the Earth because you are not separate from your body, and your body is of the Earth. That you are here in your body means spirit, source, energy, the soul, the origin of consciousness is here all the time. And it's in that consciousness that you are given free will. And so your spirit guides, your angels and ancestors, the archangel specifically, they said that they wanted to have a little bit more time on my channel. So I've been connecting with them to bring more direct messages from them to you. They're wanting you to understand the depth of impact that your conscious presence has. And I've been talking a lot leading up to this message on my channel. If you watch them consistently, I've been talking a lot about the healing taking place in your heart space. How, on the one hand, some of you might be feeling intense euphoria and intense presence at this time. And on the other hand, some of you might be feeling like you're being triggered left, right, and center. All of these things to bring darkness out so that you can transmute it into light. So that you can what? Hold space for more light. Hold space for more energy, more higher vibrational energy to move through you. And this is not about toxic positivity. I want to be very clear. This is not about spiritual bypassing. That is a completely separate aspect of this journey that everyone must wrestle with. If your spiritual practices are a means to avoid the truth of how you feel, they're not helping you, they are hindering you. And that is really the crux of spiritual bypassing. It is to weaponize light to ignore very real problems, very real aspects of your reality. That is not what the true light worker aims to embody. And therefore, some of you might feel like you're more comfortable operating in the shadows, identifying with something like a bridge worker or a shadow worker. A shadow worker being someone that lives to constantly be dredging up this ick, to see it for what it is, so that you're not operating from a place of ignorance or I mean that's kind of harsh. They're saying like willful ignorance. This is more about embracing the truth of what makes you you, the parts you like, the parts you don't like, and identifying with the version of you, the aspect of you that is able to hold space for all of these different things that make you you. A bridge worker is meant to stand between realms, to stand between light and dark, to not just carry your own weight, but make sure that the heaviness in the collective is something that's being alchemized as well. And so a lot of you identify with feeling like you've had to your whole life take on the problems of other people because you understand that the power of negativity is something so impactful, and it has very real consequences. So Archangel Raphael is coming through today to remind you the power of your presence, to be able to hold space for all of these things to take form in transformation. Okay? Not just to recognize darkness, but to acknowledge that fully for what it is and know that your positivity, your your fighting spirit, your drive to continue to have a positive, light working impact in your reality, that is in fact not delusion. This is what it means to be a light worker. It means to bear the pain in all of its forms, love the journey for what it is and what it has made you, and continue to love, continue to lead with your heart, to continue to share your light and spread your light everywhere. So the emphasis in this message and at this time in the collective energies, I am going to put a date on this. Yes, these messages are timeless. So that means whenever you're finding this video, it's relevant to the energies in your life. But this is also a collective energy that I do want to say that this is dated November 9th, 2025. Okay. The power of your positivity is your genuine, faithful, trusting positivity balanced in awareness actually counteracts more than 100 people's unconscious negativity. More than 100. And I'm hearing that that's a low number because you're all at in different places, in different spaces with different lessons on your journey. Not all of you are meant to be carrying the weight of hundreds of thousands of people. Of course, there are light workers that do bear that kind of job, but that's not everyone. But the fact that 100 people, at the bare minimum, on your worst day, are positively affected by your light, that's saying something. These are absolute strangers, people that you might have never known, maybe never will know. You need to be paying attention to your nervous system at this time because your heart is actually not a regulator for your nervous system, but your breath is. Your breath is. And your lungs are behind your heart, which is also coming back to your diaphragm, which is in the solar plexus. We've been talking so much about the solar plexus. So much about you coming into confidence, you transmuting the reasons, the traumas, the experiences that you've had that keep you feeling like you have to stay hidden in the dark, that you'll never be able to be free in your light. All of these messages add up. Sometimes there's some oddballs in there, but they find you when they're meant to. And for those of you that do follow them consistently, there's a reason. They're building. So keep in mind, your light overpowers shadows, but that also is so stabilizing to the earth. That is so stabilizing to the earth. So when these X-class solar flares come in, when all of these light codes come into the earth and the Schumann resonance is going, whoa, that's an opportunity for you to embrace stillness, to allow these codes to move through you, to anchor into you, and restore balance on earth through your reality. You're powerful. Your voice creates worlds. Your voice literally changes the course of other people's lives. So of course, you embracing a a a consistent practice of meditation, of mindfulness, of openness, of peace and positivity affects the freaking earth. Of course it does. Because not only does that affect every single person that you might be within a 100-mile radius of, but that literally goes into the earth to change and harmonize with the literal planet's frequency. Your spiritual practices are about more than just you alone. So, really understand that when you're feeling like you're out of sorts, don't try to slap a band aid on that and just say, well, I'm just going to smile through this and it's terrible. I mean, if you genuinely know there's nothing else that you can do, then that's your solution. But if you are being called to face certain wounds that have been persistent, or maybe again, like that video where I was talking about the triggers being like these doors being unlocked in you, so this darkness can be swept out and cleared. And by cleared, I mean transmuted into light. Then it's time for you to do that. It doesn't have to all be in one night. It doesn't all have to be overnight. But there's a reason that these things are resurfacing now. It's because you are in a place where you can actually face these truths and transmute them. Some of these things have been hidden for a very long time because it wasn't time for you to deal with it. But now it's time. And that's not something to be afraid of. That's something to lean into. The fact that you are so strong right now that you can actually deal with some of the darkest pain that you've ever lived through, some of the deepest blocks that hold you back, that you're now ready to face them, that's a really freaking good sign in my book. Because that means there's something that's supposed to come in after that. You're making room. You're releasing the density so you can receive what's next. It all serves a purpose. Let me roll a little closer to you. It all serves a purpose. So just remember, when you're feeling down and out, like you should be overachieving, overperforming, overdoing everything because your perfectionism or your Western conditioning is like, if you stop, everything's gonna crash and burn. Just remember, that's one of the things that are coming up for you to let go because it's factually not true. And if it is true, then, and you're trying to create peace in your life, you have to understand that you are letting go of things that were in a vibrational alignment with what actually caused you physical pain, physical, mental, emotional torture. So if things have to go that you thought were blessings or you thought were abundance, that were actually magnetized to that tension, then you've got to let go of some of that. Because again, that means that that's not aligned with your truest frequency of peace. It doesn't mean that that's not, that what things weren't good opportunities or good connections. It just means, boy, you're ready for better. You're ready for better. So stay prayed up, stay grounded in your protection work, because that's so important right now. Grounding and protection are their own form of cleansing, okay? And it all comes back to what? You feeling safe to relax in the present. That's the whole goal. The whole goal is that you feel safe to be here now. Whatever helps you do that in a healthy, sustainable way, Spirit's asking you to embrace more of that. For some of you, that's meditating. For some of you, that's setting more intentions. For some of you, that's moving more or being more mindful about your movement. For some of you, that's getting into yoga nidra practices or restorative yoga. For some of you, that's reading books. For some of you, it's literally whatever brings you joy. Like there's no I think this is also one of these things that's coming up for you really strongly right now in your heart, because your heart's being activated to point you towards your true north, but you're so used to encompassing everyone else's dreams, visions, and expectations for not just you, but themselves, because you're empathic, you absorb things. So you have to be mindful. You have to be mindful when you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, why is nothing happening? Could just be that you're being prepared or you're being asked to ground more of these light codes into the present. Being a light worker means being a steward of the earth. So everything that you do that keeps you in touch with nature and restoring her is part of your grounding, protection, cleansing, mindful awareness. Okay, that was a heavy stream of consciousness. I think we're going to pivot. Where are we going to move to, Raphael? Ooh, no, you're right. You're right. I like this deck, but what else? There's something else up here. No. So you can see why the power of positivity is more important than anything else at this time. You must consider your own perspectives of joy when you understand and embrace your own definition of positivity. And this is where she was going with this idea, that you are coming into a new reality in which your joy is something that is fully originating from within you, and your path as a result and consequence of you returning to your mindfulness and presence within your own heart space. That's going to naturally help you create a flow and life with many different involvements, many different connections, many different duties and responsibilities that actually resonate with the frequency of your own abundance, the frequency of your own joy. But you have to stop listening to what everyone else is telling you will make you happy. That cannot come from anywhere outside of you. So we return again to this message of mindful awareness. And your spiritual path is bringing you more deeply to know yourself. And you cannot know yourself without presence, without truly creating space internally to listen to yourself. We had to come through to give this message because you needed to hear it directly. There is no avoiding this work. You are all at a point right now where you understand the gravity of being responsible for your own happiness, for your own joy. You know that looking for external things to fill the void within, looking towards external validation to tell you what is right, tell you what you are supposed to do to fill that void, it's not going to cut it anymore. You know too much. And this is a gentle releasing and letting go of some of the oldest projections that exist in your timeline, collectively and individually. You're ready to embrace so much more fulfillment, but that requires you truly listening to what is happening within you and the truth of your desires in your own being. Not listening for what we or any other guide to you might say, but to ask the depths of your own existence. What is it you crave? What is it that you desire above all else? That is what you should be doing. Oh, it doesn't make sense. Oh, it's not practical. Oh, it's not sustainable. Oh, no one makes a living doing that. Oh, whatever else anyone has ever said. Because they were never listening to themselves either. So why are you taking the advice of these people who don't know how to hear themselves? Even some of these conscious creators should be guiding you back to asking yourself, what do you want? Because if you choose something that you don't actually want, you'll hear the slight whisper of what it is that you really do want. And so, in that supposed mistake, that supposed coping mechanism or terrible habit, you actually discover what it is you want. And therefore, there are no mistakes. There is only learning how to hear your own guidance, learning how to hear your own voice. This does not come from anywhere outside of you. We are always here to guide you and direct you as to how to find these answers and remind you of the things that you decided on before you got here. Of course. But we cannot take the learning away from you. That violates natural law. So often we will point you towards the messages or tools that help you learn and remember. You're at a very crucial point in your journey because you're starting to create from the inside out, from the truth and depths of your being, as opposed to just what is coming at you from all sides. Because your reality you are now remembering is your reality, not anyone else's, not what anyone told you 25 years ago that still lingers in your head and haunts you. It's not their reality. Your body, your heart, your soul, your life. Create joy, seek harmony within, and watch everything around you shift. And that comes from an open, receptive state. Thus, the purpose of mindfulness, to help you create room to discover what it is that is lingering beneath the surface. Well, whatever you label it to be, positive, negative, a block, or a truth. Because blocks are still truths, they're just not helpful in their functioning. And they feel like blocks because they resonate at a frequency that is out of alignment with your real truths. The truth of your being, the truth of your actual desires. So you cannot avoid the process of coming face to face with these misbeliefs or things that no longer serve you because you're now at a point where you're ready to let them go. Do not be afraid of making room for this process. It is more valuable than you realize. And in truth, it's a large part of why you're here. Because when you release attachments to what you don't like and these beliefs that you don't like that are stuck in your body are things that you are attached to. When you let go of those attachments, you let the truth emerge of what it is you really believe or what it is you would really like to believe. There is no avoiding this. And in this process, you become more free, more joyous, and honor the truth of your innate abundance. And so it reflects around you. You are resetting the scales. You are resetting your life. This is not a process that can be rushed, and there is a lot of very specifically timed situations that must occur in order to strike upon these attachments to beliefs that do not serve you. It cannot happen all at once because it would be too much to process. Shadow work is a necessary part of living a healthy, happy, free life. Many of you have already declared that the pain ends with you, that these cycles end with you, whether consciously or unconsciously. You have declared these things. And that also means that you're here to dream a new world into being. Your new life, where your dreams come true, and where the things you want to happen take place. So what if there's a little crying along the way? You're supposed to feel things. To know how deeply they affect you, you have to get in touch with that in order to release it. If you do not honor how much something affects you, it will continue to drive your behavior. And remember that this happens in divine timing, in divine alignment with what you, your soul, your higher self, and your spirit guides all determine is the right timing for you. Yes, you came here with a soul plan. You also have had free will your whole life. So plans change. Not the important stuff. But plans do change. You're creating a clean slate for yourself. You set the rules, you set the terms, but you have to honor that this is a process of transitioning away from everything you've ever known. Naturally, your identity changes. Naturally, the things that you like change, and the things you used to gravitate to don't cut it anymore. Because every fiber of your being shifts. Every single DNA strand shifts when you become present and you honor where you are for all that it is and continue to choose joy. So yes, the energies are intense. Yes, there is a lot going on. And your heart can still be open. It's these times where your love is most needed. It's these times where your light makes the most of a difference. You know that it's hard for you at times, but you've never let that stop you. And the world is a better place because you exist. Whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, The world is a better place because you exist. So rest easy. Create time to relax and reset. Allow for the necessary processing, the necessary release of what you don't need to hold on to anymore. Honor the flow. Honor your flow. When you're living from logic, you're not living from flow. So it's time for you to create a new system of logic, isn't it? That serves your flow. Lightworker. Soul-led, heart-led beings. Let your heart lead you. It knows the shortest path. We'll see you soon. Hmm. Hmm. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. On behalf of the archangels, this we, the consciousness of your guides. Oh my God, that's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. I was like, I have a taste earlier. Right before I got on the live, I was like, I have a taste. I don't know what it is. And that was exactly it. It's nettle and meadowsweet tea. And we're going to pull some closing messages here for you with the Essential Oil Oracle deck. Welcome in, everyone. Ah ha 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 ha. It's not funny, but this message has come through a lot today. Presence. Are you kidding? Presence. Y'all, you guys are too good. You guys are too good. See, this is what I mean. Like, you can't even make it up. You can't even make it up. Trigger statement. Why did this happen to me? True statement. How did this happen for me? Know that you are the star of your life, my dear. You are the lead, and the audience is here for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave those over there. No, if they're supposed to come out, I just wasn't expecting that. They flopped out of my hand. Bring them out again if they need to. Heart chakra. Peaceful. Sorry. Hi. Can you see my reflection? No, you see the card. Wait, there you go. Hi. It says trigger statement. My life is a mess. True statement. I find stillness within. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Man, he really knows how to pack a punch, huh? Go within to find peace there, and your life will reflect that. And he's just saying, can't even make it up. Yeah, all right. Ooh, I like that we're moving up here. Ooh. Yes, this is probably the most important card that has come out in a really long time for you guys. Okay? Why are you choosing something that doesn't resonate with you? That's what I would ask. And I would urge you to go back and listen to the entire message again. This video. Nourishment, third eye. Trigger statement, it's all my fault. True statement, I see what I truly need. Your energetic body needs nourishment, so begin to discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. Cherish your body and the way it supports you. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite cards in this deck, and it does not come out often in this spread. I mean, Archangel Raphael, thank you. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. You just know exactly what to say. You guys, you make my job so easy. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Okay. It says it's a heart chakra card. Awaken. Trigger statement. I don't know what to do. True statement. Every moment is a new opportunity. Take time today to engage your senses and create. The tension that has been dividing your head and heart is leaving. Beautiful. Okay, he's just keeping it coming here, huh? Yeah. No, you can't even make it up. Ah, can't you guys? It's every single thing that he was channeling. It's every single thing that he was channeling. This is insane. Solar plexus healing, independence, trigger statement. I'm just like my mother. I'm just like my father. I'm just like my sibling. I'm just like my grandmother or my aunt or my grandfather or my uncle or whoever the heck, wherever the heck, with all the love and light. God bless them. True statement. I am free to choose. Free to choose. Free to choose. Free to choose. You are ready to break free of the conditioning that has bound you so that you may continue your journey of healing and growth, which means that you decide what you listen to now. You decide for you. I like that. And he just showed me the bottom of the deck, so I'll show you this card. Comes out more often. Inspiration. Trigger statement. I'm tired of it all. Tired of it all. True statement. I find strength in my purpose. Please rest. Please rest. And know that in this stillness, you will find clarity around your purpose here. And I want to be extra double, quintuply clear that this does not mean every single detail about every single thing you are meant to accomplish and achieve in this lifetime. I mean, literally here right now. That's what this means. Your purpose here. When you're all up in your head, I don't know what to do because my whole life I'm realizing with a slap to the face that I'm just like everyone else in my life. Well, of course that would make you exhausted because you know that this stuff doesn't resonate anymore. So understand that when you're being called to your purpose, Spirit's not going to give you a giant vision. They're going to give you an inspiration. They're going to give you what's your instructions for the next class. What's your instructions for the next leg of the race? You don't need to be knowing what all of this is going to amount to in 30 years. In 10 years. You have whatever. 50 years. You have no need to know that. So this comes back to another statement again. The need to cope will fall away as you find the question you are the answer to. So, said differently, the question that you are the answer to. So, doesn't that perfectly sum up this entire message? Everything that you are creating that now is going to be decided by your joy, decided by what you want to learn, decided by what you feel called to, the sum of everything that is actually founded on your authentic joy and not what you've been spoon-fed your whole life is going to be the summation of all of your different joys together. The question is, what am I here to do? The question is, who am I? The question is, how did this happen for me? The question is, what do I really need? The question is, where does my peace come from? All of these answers are the things that make you you in the here and now. And then as you start to follow your inspiration in the here and now, you get like the next goal that you're moving towards becomes a vision that is unlocked. So you can see, oh, well, doing what I'm doing now is actually going to get me in alignment with that. It doesn't mean that that's not happening. It means that's where you're headed if you keep going. Okay? So that only happens when you make a practice out of consistently opening your mind, consistently releasing tension out of your body. Because if your whole body's like all the time with tears that you're holding back, with anger that you're choking down, with anxiety that you can't shake. Spirit, if it's like a door that slams shut, spirit can't walk through the door. Like, it's like the difference between they're showing me like a dam, like a water dam of the water all being held back or actually being able to move through. You creating space, you creating time in your life to rest and reset. That all lets all of the rest of this stuff happen. But you cannot neglect the basics. And that's why this card came out. And that's why I said it was probably the most important card that you could be seeing in a reading for weeks. Okay? Nourishment. I see what I truly need. But if you're not in tune with yourself, you don't know what you actually need. I'll read it again. Your energetic body needs nourishment. Your energetic body. And that's also coming back to inspiration. Discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. Cherish your body and the way it supports you. I feel like we're nearing the end of the message, but there's something else. There's something else. Did I ask, who am I? Was that one of the questions I said? Because if it was one of the questions in my head, that's here for you. We have release. Trigger state. Freaking 10. Release. tension. Release tension. Release tension. Create space internally so light codes move through. Inspiration finds you. Guidance comes through for you. Healing comes through for you. Because all that energy is also going to wash out all those old triggers, which is why the message came through about the healing happening in your sleep. Oh my God, I'm freaking out right now. This is crazy. Oh, wow. Trigger statement. I have nothing left. True statement. I nurture myself. Dear one, it is time to settle. Create a sacred space where you can be. In that place of rest, healing will unfold. And this card is the message, okay? I'm gonna leave it there. DNA repairing. Isn't that where I started? Isn't that where I started? Transmutation. Trigger statement. This is crown chakra, by the way. I don't know who I am. True statement. I am. Like the seed syllable Om. Presence. You exist. You are. There is no efforting required for this shift. Ooh, that is a powerful statement. Just remember that. Tension is not solved with more tension. Its balance is the opposite. I don't know if you heard my phone buzz, but my phone buzzed. Confirmation. Be present and allow every aspect of your being to transform. That is literally where I started this message today. I said, every time you are present, every single cell, every single DNA strand shifts. Every single one shifts. Wow. That's powerful. Wow, spirit. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I love you all dearly, and I will see you in the next one, okay? Take it easy. All my love.